Start. Friends, I am glad to have this opportunity to meet you all on an important occasion and participate in this seminar on high speed attainment and its possibilities. Everyone connected in one way or the other is aware that it is the transcript that matters in the long run. Today, I wish to deal with the important aspect of transcription, the most accurate and beautiful page of shorthand is lifeless until it is transcribed. The principles of shorthand are learnt in order to produce a transcript. Shorthand is written to be read and usually to be turned into some form of typewritten document. This is so important that the reading and transcribing of shorthand should begin from the first lesson. And I would add that as soon as the student has mastered the keyboard of the typewriter, the transcript should be typed rather than handwritten whenever conditions make this possible. While considering the importance of transcription, we assure that the student has a good knowledge of the theory, the short forms and contractions, and of phrasing, and has also cultivated a facile style of writing. Then the accuracy of the transcript made from the shortened notes will depend upon two principal points. The first is the attention which has been paid to detail in the formation of outlines, and the second is the degree to which there has been concentration on the matter being spoken or dictated. Attention to detail while writing shortened notes is very important. There should be clear difference between small and large circles, loops, hooks, and in fact circles should be fully closed. It is therefore highly necessary that the habit of closing circles and loops should be consciously developed. Further, every care has to be taken to show the outlines in their correct positions. First place, outlines should be plainly above the line, and third place, outlines should be struck boldly through the line. Distinguishing outlines such as those for inevitable and unavoidable, purely and poorly should be thoroughly memorized. Special outlines have been devised to prevent possible errors in transcription. Essential vowels should always be indicated, and non-essential vowels should definitely not included. The rules for vowel indication with strokes for S, H, L and or halving, doubling and alternative forms for ver should be unhesitatingly applied. I should like to suggest that even while writing at one's peak speeds, strokes should retain their correct length in relation to one another. With regard to punctuation, full stops should always be without exception be included in the notes. We have to bear in mind that faulty punctuations and faulty spellings ruin the transcription. All punctuation marks should be indicated as far as possible. There is really only one sensible aim when writing shorthand speed, and that is to write them in such a way that they can be read. Ultimately, nothing else really matters. It is therefore more important sometimes to read an outline of any kind, even though it is written, than to leave a gap. If we have something, we can perhaps transcribe it. If we have nothing in the notes, our chances are slim. Further, utmost concentration from the moment dictation begins is another important factor. A very good knowledge of the speech patterns is really necessary. You must follow the meaning of what you are writing and comprehend same. Shorthand writers need a wide vocabulary. You should know little of everything. Transcribing plays an important part in success at speed examinations. It is only by constant practice in transcription that one gains facility in transcribing. I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to place my views on this important matter. Dear students, I am glad to note that you have all passed your inter examination and decided to take up higher grade in the coming session. That means you are to become proficient in the art of shorthand writing. By proficiency, I did not mean gaining a first class pass in the higher grade examination. I am thinking of speeds of about 140 words a minute onwards. How far upwards you gain will depend greatly upon your patience and tenacity, and upon your active desire to climb. I would like you to remember one thing. Suppose you experience some difficulty sometimes in reaching 100% accuracy at 80 words a minute. It is natural that when we are seeking to acquire some art or skill, that we all experience little difficulty, and that with practice present difficulties will resolve themselves, and we shall look back in wonder upon our past struggles. To become a proficient writer, you should have an excellent intention, but intentions are not enough. It helps you to make an effort. I would further say that only mere effort is not enough. It is also necessary that you should not have any physical deformity. I feel your training must be designed to stimulate mental alertness and to develop manual dexterity. It must all bear on the proper coordination of these two faculties. The fastest mind is of little use to the writer if a heavy handed, arm fisted method of shorthand writing is adopted. Proper coordination between hand and mind is absolutely necessary. I shall deal with the other points in my next class. Yours sincerely. 88 words per minute, 10 minutes passage. Stop.